Check 1, 2. There we go. Okay, we are back. Hang on, everyone. Goodness gracious. You would think Mercury retrograde was working on us, and no, it must be Venus getting ready to go retrograde. Anyway, we are back. Thank you for your patience. I just love, we're going to have to kind of cut this first part and start right here. So Sarah's Spiritual Sunday Funday Take 2, and we are back. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. 3 weeks of technical challenges. Here we are. Well, listen. We are here to align with our truth. We are here to align with all that we've come to be. And as you join me here today for Sunday Funday, I invite you to embrace your truth. Because today we stand in the light and the love of God and the truth of God. You see, there's a lot of information out there, and I don't know if we all know where we want to put our attention. I don't know if we all know where our truth is. I don't know if we all know what our reality is. I don't know if we all realize that there's this really strong, powerful energy that is hypnotic out there. Yes, I said hypnotic. You know, there are energies that are designed to create confusion. There are energies that are designed to manipulate things. There are energies that are almost like a thought or a word or a power of suggestion that are almost as if a spell is being cast. And given where I do my work every day and the people that I meet and the susceptibility of individuals when they're not secure in who they are, not secure in who they've come to be, uncertain about life, you're very susceptible to the power of suggestion when you don't know who you are, when you don't know what your truth is, when you don't know how to embrace the reason why you're here, and you don't understand the purpose and meaning that your choices have to the collective consciousness. There's a fear of life. And the one thing that's being threatened on these holiest of weeks is the breath of life. And how did the world begin? With the breath, with the power of the spoken word. And to speak your words, you require breath. And I encourage you all to speak your truth over what you encounter, so that your truth and your inner compass and who you are will assist you in hearing the truth you need to hear, feeling the truth that you need to feel, recognizing your path, and understanding that there's a very small degree of reality here, small degree of reality here. And we need to discern how much of that reality is really concrete in our own experiences. And by no means is this saying that we cannot take the right precautions. I would never say that. I'm just saying that conforming out of fear, for most of you, is void of your truth. And the exercise of this all is for you to connect to the divine. The exercise of this all is for you to know the power of God, and the power of God that resides within you, and the God that will assist you in all aspects of your life, no matter how critical, catastrophic, how joyful, how celebratory. It all depends on where you are in the walk of life. But life itself is precious. And this week, and you know, we hear these stories, and for some of you it's hit really close to home. that people have passed, and you have lost family members, and we've lost healthcare workers, we've lost people who are of service or fire department, police departments, soldiers. We've lost people who have elected to serve. But haven't we all elected to serve in perhaps a not as official way? We've all elected to serve. We've all elected to move forward and do something of service. That's why we came to earth. So wherever you are in this walk of life, and however this has impacted your life, through loss, financial loss, loss of life, compromising of health, remember, prayer works wonders. Prayer has the power to heal and transform anything. Prayer has the power to create miracles. In life, we embark upon new segments of our experience by making choices. Sometimes we choose to move and get a fresh start, get a new job, release an old relationship, create a new relationship. These are some of the external ways that we create change. But it appears that a change has been cast upon us, and we are taken by surprise and not really knowing how to navigate these changes. And the purpose of what I do here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on our Funday Sunday, our purpose is to assist you in navigating those challenges, nothing more. I'm not here to tell you who to pray to, how to pray. I'm not here to give you advice that is meant to overshadow your own inner knowing. I'm here to give you guidance so you can recognize your truth. I'm really not here to tell you your fortune, although yes, you'll tell me, I've said something is going to happen and it happened. And yes, you'll tell me that the guidance that Spirit gave through me helped you navigate a tough time in your road, in your life. I understand that. But in a time like this, giving your power away is the greatest disservice you could do to yourself. Because you have all the power you need in your relationship with God. And I don't want to pussyfoot around and call it Mother, Father, God, divine, creator, source. No, I just want to call it God. I just want you to know that no matter where you are in this experience, you're not alone. Mental health is being tested for all of us. And one of the reasons why people are experiencing such a mental disconnect, besides all the images and fear that we're experiencing, is that, well, we're separated. And we're communal, tribal, family units. And I thought of some of the tactics that people play when they manipulate people. They pit each other against each other. Have you ever had someone in your office or even in your family that stirs up trouble? And, well, watches everybody just kind of pick at each other after they stir up the trouble, almost like kind of smugly. And then they kind of divide and conquer. And some of the family goes to side with one person. The other part of the family sides with the other. The office turns their back on someone. And now we don't have the strength and the unity that we're used to having. Well, I want you to watch very carefully and pay attention to what's going on. Divide and conquer. God says, where 2 or more of you are gathered, so shall I be. Well, lucky we can have 10 people. But God is in our hearts. I'm one of those people who believe we don't need to go to a church to have a relationship with God. But I do know that for many who don't do well on their own, that sense of family, that sense of community, that sense of purpose, that sense of service to others, and sense of belonging for now is taken for the greater good. Well, the greater good will be decided by your choices. And first and foremost is your right and your obligation to self-love, self-care, to care for your physical body, to care for the vessel that you are, that is an expression of God. That is one of your main priorities. And by honoring that, you being a temple of God, you being a child of God, a mother, a father, a sister, a brother in God, your honoring that gives you the opportunity to express in the physicality wonderful emotions. All the feelings, the senses, you're here for that. But at this time, all of that seems uncomfortable, jeopardized, separated. And I know that many of us in the spiritual community are telling you to, go within. Get to know yourself. Find your purpose. But how can you do that if you don't know who you are? How can you do that when you don't know your truth and you're being bombarded by one person's opinion of salvation, another person's opinion of metaphysics, someone else's opinion of transmission of a virus, and how to outmaneuver a curve, and seeing numbers on a television that are calculating, almost like checking things and people off. And suddenly we just become a number. So where is your truth in all of this? And what does your number represent in this world? You know, we all do have numbers that are coded within us. Not impressed by any society or government. I'm talking about the numbers that are connected to the patterns of your frequency. I'm talking about the unique DNA code that you have, the uniqueness that is you. You have magnificence about you. So what is that truth of you? Have you taken the time to embrace every aspect of you? Have you taken the time to love who you are? Have you taken the time to really honor the breath of life and why your truth represents you? And in this time of isolation, it can wreak havoc. It's wreaking havoc on people's emotions, on their eating habits. For those who battle addictions, it's the greatest temptation of all, not feeling supported, being alone with themselves when they were running from themselves through their addictions. So we have people who are on the front lines personally battling their own demons. And then as a collective, we're battling demons. We're battling energies that are not of the light. We are battling energy that is not geared to support the evolution of the soul and the connection with God. Remember what I said earlier, divide and conquer. So if you are to, let's say, create a new experience for yourself. And you're really going to understand your truth. The question I ask you is, who do you believe in? Do you believe in your inner guidance and your connection with God? Who is your God? Who do you serve? Are you serving the world or are you serving God? And do you have a clear understanding of who God is for you? Again, not for anyone to tell you what your relationship should ever look like with God. That is personal, and for many people is something that has been used against them because we have religious beliefs that believe one is greater or better or right and another is wrong in their approach to a relationship with God. And I imagine when we all get to heaven, or that energetic space we go to, and our soul rises, that we'll get that answer. And I'm sure God will have a couple of jokes to say, because maybe we've got it all wrong here. But the only thing you can account for, the only actions you are responsible for, the only thoughts you can control, the only thoughts you're responsible for, the only words you can control, the only words you're responsible for, the only actions you're responsible for and you can control are your own. And the only thing you can also control is how you hear information and how you choose to infuse it in your body and how you choose to allow it to reside or you dismiss it. There are so many theories going on here at this time, it's mind-boggling. So first and foremost, to thine own self be true. Love yourself and honor God, because in the last days, whenever they are, whatever takes you off this earth, and there's so many choices as to how we'll exit this planet, think long and hard. It's you and God. What are you going to talk about? Are you going to talk about something that was impressed upon you and you just chose to believe it because that's what everybody else believed? Are you going to choose to have something happen that you were a part of that now you look back, oh shucks, really shouldn't have made that choice? This is a holy day. We are on a holy week. Passover, Easter. It's about things that don't belong to us. Fear, doubt, death passing over us. It's about knowing your truth and really putting on your big girl or big boy pants and looking fear in the eye and saying, you have no place here. I am a divine child of God, and I will survive, and I will rise above this through the greatness that is God within me, that surrounds me and fortifies my every experience. And asking for forgiveness for the things that you have done that maybe are not your best moments in life. And cast no stones, because we all have them. This is what this week represents. It is unfortunate that it's in a time when we are being bombarded by statistics and death, and we're all closed in our houses, trying to be the best citizens we can be. But why are you in your house? Make sure you understand the reasons why you are in your house and choose to embrace your health at this time, but also believe that when you walk out that door, that you stay surrounded in light and that the God you serve keeps you healthy. And ironically, a simple task that our parents taught us way back when, wash your hands. But we've been exposed to disease all our lives. And this thing took us by surprise. What is your conclusion on that? Is it that we've become complacent and we haven't been honoring the temple of God? Is it because we are not strong enough physically to withstand something that we haven't encountered? Or a version of it we haven't encountered? There's so much going on. And you're divine. You're superb. You're unique. And you represent love. And you represent light. And the strength that you have inside of you is indestructible. It's insurmountable. It's immeasurable. The love frequency that expands from your consciousness is ever present, as is the light of God. So in this time of posting on Facebook and sharing silly things and posting how grateful you are, I'm going to ask you, how grateful are you really? And gratitude, true gratitude is not the gratitude that is shouted from the mountaintops for all of us to see. True gratitude is found in the humility of the relationship that you choose to have with God. In the silence of your soul, your communication with God that no one ever hears. That's how your truth is going to be discovered. I had a student of mine say to me, and I bid her great love and aloha. She's in Hawaii. And she was saying to me, but Sarah, I feel like I'm 40 and my whole life has passed me by and I don't know my purpose and I've tried all these different things, but I can't find the thing that defines me. And I had to say to her, whoa, wait, stop. All those aspects that you tried, that discovery, that recognition, that sense of adventure and experiment, were all aspects of the expression of God acting through you so that you could find the peace in the choice that you make. Have you ever seen a toddler just wandering around and picking up everything and looking at it, seeing what they could get away with putting in their mouth before you said no, and then they put it down and they walk around and they pick up something else and they look, and then when the first time they feel the grass or the first time something tickles their face, and then when you're not looking, they go back to that thing that you said don't touch because they just want to see if you're paying attention and why they really can't touch it, so they're going back. Do we really lose that in our lives? No, that's the exploration of discovering yourself, of discovering the planet that you've chosen to inhabit in this reincarnation. We are here to explore. And some of those explorative abilities have been quarantined. Interesting. So, for the greater good, know thyself. For the greater good, understand why you're here. And align yourself with your truth and don't judge another's truth. Because everyone has to go through this experience believing it the way they're comfortable with. That's what I've come to realize as I've heard all of these beliefs come flowering in. I actually was up to 3 a.m. last night, and I was kind of looking at different people's perspectives. And yeah, I heard that thing called news too. And as I've been listening and understanding where people's positions are, I realized that nobody really knows. I came to a conclusion that many people are just parroting what they hear. and conforming like a flock. So, are you a sheep or a shepherd? And which way you're going? Do you know? The soul is the continuum of time of the eternal God that resides within you. Do you believe that the God that you serve, that the God that is almighty, that the God that we celebrate on Easter and Passover and Christmas and Hanukkah, do we believe that that God is a God of punishment and suffering? It's an authoritative God. It's a strong God. And there's some pretty straightforward rules. They're called the 10 Commandments. They're pretty straightforward. There's not any gray area there. So in this journey of getting your messages from me or seeking counsel from someone else, those are just reflective bits of information that mirror back on you so you can find your truth. Don't let my lips tell you your truth. Don't let anyone else's mouth tell you your truth. Your truth is your journey with God. Your truth is the experience, just like the toddler, learning about life, trying to walk and falling, the first feeling of the grass underneath their feet, the first taste of real food, which is often not pleasant if you've ever watched a toddler's face. When you give them their first little bit of applesauce or carrots, they don't look too happy. And then they get used to it. But they also get used to what they're being fed. They get used to the conditioning that the parents are providing. Well, we are not children. We all listening to this program are, for the most part, adults. So what is the conditioning telling you? What are they giving you that you are choosing to infuse in your experience? And where's your truth in this? If everyone says that carrots are good and you're like, I don't like carrots, they don't agree with my body, are you going to eat carrots? No offense to carrots and rabbits and Easter. I'm just using it as an example. There are those of you who can't eat wheat and gluten. Those of you who can't or won't eat meat because you don't feel it's good for you. Theoretically, spiritually, physically. Those are your choices. So I ask you, no, I implore you, get to know your truth. If we use the Christ as our teacher today on Easter Sunday, regardless of your religious beliefs, if we use the Christ consciousness, if we use the ascension of Christ from the physical body to the spirit, it is the releasing of all human fears, it is the releasing of all human conditionings, it is the relinquishing of control, it is the surrender to be of the highest purpose and the highest service of God. So you can try many different things in your life. And each aspect will be a teaching tool, a building block for you to discover who you are. But watch the hypnotic brain waves that are going on now. The ascended master teachers in the 1930s and 40s, when they talked about appendicitis in channeled discourses in the books known as the I Am Discourses, volume 1 to 20, in one of the volumes they spoke of appendicitis. And they talked of how many people were getting appendicitis by the power of suggestion. And the more people that they heard of got the appendicitis, the more people got it. Now, in today's society, I'm not going to say that there's no more appendectomies, that people are no longer having appendicitis. But I will say that the energy of The appendicitis is minimal because no one's talking about it. No one is creating it in our vortex for us to take in and absorb hypnotically as if it could be possibly our reality. Now again, I'm not going to say that what's going on is totally made up. I'm not going to say there's not a disease. I'm not going to say people aren't dying. I would never say that because we know it to be true. Matter of fact, this weekend, sadly enough, it hit very close to home here. My son's grandmother, his father's mother, ready to begin a new juncture of her life, leaving Ryan struggling to breathe, dying of a virus, and then choosing of her free will, because she had a belief the ventilators were bad, her mother passed. So it hits close. And I'm sure many of you listening have met someone who knows someone, or you've lost someone. And people pass every day, and we know that. But now the fear is mounting, and the fear is becoming stronger than the faith. And in this holy day, on this holy moment, in this holy week of Passover and Easter, and I think there's no mistake that they're in the same week this week, in a week when we as humans have been tested, our strength, our truth, our light, our love of fellow man, we've been tested, that it comes together so that collectively, regardless of religious belief, we're all going through the same thing. It's not directed at one group or one city or one state. It's everyone on the planet. So we can't say, oh, well, that group of people, so it figures. No, we can't. No, I guess it figures because look at all of us. But careful, everyone. Careful what you adapt and adopt into your experience. Because I realize that it's a scary time. And I realize that now is an important time for you to connect with someone like me, so that we could give you hope and we can give you guidance. But again, even in that journey, make sure you align with your truth. Make sure that the person that you align with to have shine a light on your path so that you can discover your truth and make decisions that are best for you, not because someone else says so. Just make sure that the guidance that you seek resonates with you. Remember, your thoughts, your emotions, everything's out of sync. We are all in fight or flight panic mode. Well, not all, because some of you are governing those thoughts and emotions, but we're being triggered. And there are so many theories out across the globe, it's kind of off-putting if you listen to some of them and you don't know where your opinion is. So you can be wafting in panic, then in the serene feeling of, well, I'm spiritual and I'm connected, I've got my angels, I pray, I'm good. And then something can sneak up from behind and catch you by surprise, hook right in you, and suddenly your world is crumbling down with fear. When we talk about the story of Jesus in the garden, Jesus had his time of fear. He had his time of trial and tribulation and almost desperation, like he didn't think he could take any more. But the key to it is that which he couldn't control, that which he knew was necessary to pass through a trial and tribulation for a journey and an agreement that he made for himself to represent mankind, to represent the soul, for the transformation of the soul. He chose a path, but he had to surrender. So I ask you this, who are you going to surrender to? Are you going to surrender to your God, or are you going to surrender to an establishment? Pick your path, honor your path, And wherever possible, in the moment of now, like the moments we have now, together, celebrate life. Celebrate life because for some of us, we know not the whole story of our journey. So we do not know all the ins and outs of what could be in our life. So I encourage you, be true to yourself, love yourself, honor who you've come to be, surrender control, tell the fear it has no place here, and just trust in God. It's a holy day. It's a holy way for all of us to really know who we are and align with our truth. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday Fun Day. I'm going to have Helena give us a little quick breakout for just a moment. And then when we transfer back into you, we're going to come right back and we're going to answer your questions in about 40 seconds. So we're going to just get ourselves ready to answer questions. Line up your questions in the feed. Let us know who you are, what your question is. Where are you from? What country? What state? I mean, we're all citizens of the planet, but let me know where you're coming from. Give me your birthday. Give me your question. Everyone stand by. We're going to be back in about 40, 50 seconds. Stay with us. Don't go away. You know, on Sunday Fun Day, we are going to have some fun, and we're going to be right back. And we are back here on our Sunday Fun Day, and we are connecting to all of you. We're going to be answering your questions. We are going to be doing... Hello, Helena. How are you?
I got Helena Cam.
Helena Cam. Helena's right next to the piano here. So we'll be doing some healing from the piano as well. We've got a full thing, but we just had to share some wisdom and inspiration that Spirit was kind of poking at me to share with all of you. So thank you for that and sharing in the opening with us. And I thank you for sharing the page. If you haven't shared the page, I really would appreciate if you share the page out I really feel Spirit had an important message in our first few minutes. However long I was talking, I don't know, but it felt like a while. So thank you for all of that, everyone, for listening. But we are really glad to be here with all of you and to answer questions. Now, how do I want to answer a question? I really love questions that are for higher learning, help you on your journey, but also empower others as well. Of course, I do want to answer that question of, hey, I'm in a relationship and things are a little rocky. How's it going to go? And what's your advice? And how can I handle this miscommunication? I love those questions. And if you give me one of those questions, please give me the birthday of you, give me their birthday. I'd like to have a full picture when I dive into Spirit, because in a matter of seconds, I'm pulling down an answer, presenting it to you. All of these messages are channeled directly from Spirit. I am connected, I am protected, and I am encircling all of us with divine light. Now, I do have cards here for us. We are going to do a collective reading for everyone here, as well as your individual readings. So, we are on April 12th. So, can you believe it's the middle of the month already? And actually, we're kind of moving into the, coming into the second quarter of this 2020, which some of us are like, Lord, get us to the fourth quarter, we're done. Like, let's end the game, let's be done. I don't care, because I feel like we're all in our Hail Mary play. Wait a minute, I don't even think there's going to be football this year. What's going to happen? We don't know. But I want you to know that we all have each other, and guess what? We can assemble here, and there's no mandatory head count. So we're going to take our cards out. We have our mystical cards here, mystical wisdom. We're going to pull some out. Then I've got some angel cards. And those of you who know me, I only use these when I talk to all of you in our collective reading, our collective conscious reading that I absolutely love. We have our little heart cards here, but we'll save those for later. And then we have, I have my good old-fashioned tarot deck today. That just kind of keeps me busy, so we're just there. I know, everyone's like, my God, Sarah, those are such big cards. I just like it that way. So we're going to start with our angel cards. We're going to pull 3 cards from this deck, and we're going to see what that's going to represent for us. I'll just pick this up, take that over there, and we're going to do our mystical wisdom cards. I love these cards because they're so pretty. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. We're going to be doing some healing later, some musical healing for all of you. We got my piano over there, and I'm going to take 3 cards from my tarot deck. We're going to see, with a little bit of luck, what we got going on here. Let's see what we got here. Life purpose. We were just talking about that a little bit earlier. And here we have life purpose, and what's so important about your life purpose is that you know who you are. We were talking about this in the opening. So we want you to recognize your truth, who you are, who you've come to be. And according to our angel card, the purpose of your life is to be of service. And so assuming that purpose and then externally presenting it to the world is really what you're learning to do. So everyone is embracing their purpose now. And interestingly enough, a lot of entrepreneurs are going to be born during these times of challenge. And some of us entrepreneurs are kind of sort of out of business for a while, but this too will rebirth and be reborn for all of us. And then change in direction. Well, I don't think the angels could have picked a better card to pull, because Jiminy Crickets, the changes you're experiencing are divinely directed to a newborn's willingness to change, and we are taking a change in direction. So everyone, we've got our life purpose card, our entrepreneur card, for those of you who are thinking this is a good time to have your own business because you don't have your job right now. Discovering your purpose. Remember earlier I talked about know your truth, know who you are. That will help you on the journey to discovering purpose. And purpose is rarely discovered like that. It's systematically a group of experiences that well, infuse you and help you with what you're looking to create. And then we have our mystical wisdom cards, and we're going to take a look at what they're offering for us. And the first one down is competition. Summon courage and self-confidence. You know, not that life is a competition right now, but we're competing for our truth. We're competing for our reality. We're really competing and finding our courage and our strength to stand up for our rights as citizens. This is an important time. And so we have to be competitive, and we have to protect what we believe is our truth, and we have to really find our inner strength and confidence. So again, I feel very aligned with what we talked about in the opening. And then opportunity knocks, go for it. You know, there was a song, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me, twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show. But opportunity, everyone, is knocking for all of you. You can cower in the corner, you can lose yourself in your fear, you can go, oh my God, I can't work, or you can sit down, be creative, and allow something new to come. For each one of you, this experience is meant to open up a new opportunity to grow, to experience life differently. And for some of you, how many of you have been begging for a change? I don't like my job, but I can't leave my job because that's the only job I have, and I need my job, and blah, 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 blah. How many of you, come on, be honest, come on, knowing yourself and your truth is being honest with yourself. How many of you come home from work going, I hate my job, I hate what I do, I can't believe the people I work with. Well, guess what? You don't have to see their little faces right now unless it's on a Zoom camera. So what's the problem? It's an opportunity to change. You see, what you thought you couldn't live without, for most of us, we're living without. How's that working? You're managing, aren't you? Yes, you are. So use this opportunity that's very uncomfortable, but most growth is uncomfortable, and seize the opportunity to make the change, because opportunity is knocking. I'm surprised my dog didn't bark for that one. And knowledge, seek knowledge. Don't just go by one person's opinion. Gather information, and information is only as credible as the source. Weed through the information, pick through what is your truth and aligns with who you are and what you choose to believe into this experience. Seek knowledge, gain knowledge, learn during these times, and move yourself forward. So those are our 2 sets of cards, our mystical wisdom and our wonderful angel cards. And now we're going to go to my tarot cards that I pulled. And the first one represents, we've got quite a bit of money going on. Abundance. There's a lot of abundance. Abundance is yours, mine, everyone's. We are meant to be abundance. What you see there is going on in the energetic field as well. We are in a struggle for power. And you need to know your power. What's your power? Who are you? Who have you come to be? And this is a powerful time to know your truth. And we are in the fight of light and dark. Doesn't matter if anybody wants to believe light or dark, but not everything's a high frequency. So the high frequency is trying to elevate it up, and then there's these little claws of darkness trying to pull everybody back down. No, we've got to stay conforming. No, we're not going to do that. You're going to be the being of light you've come to be. There are boundaries. You're going to follow instructions to the best of your knowing, because you want to follow your own inner guidance, but of course we want to adhere to safe practices now. Basically, wash your hands, be aware. It went around the office, it goes around the office. So we are experiencing something of a stronger nature. That is, eat your fruits, your vegetables, and clear your energy and move yourself in this beautiful energy of light and love. And then the next is, then there's going to be someone who's going to come and is going to help us and guide us. And there's going to be a wise person in your life who's going to come to your assistance. God puts before you angels of the heavens as well as angels on earth. And so for each of you, someone will come who will be that wise person who's going to assist you financially. And I don't necessarily mean give you money, give you advice or give you an idea or support an idea. We are never, ever in this alone. We're never alone. We're in this together, and we're supporting each other. So we welcome you here. I see we've got quite a few people in the chat room. Brooke says, yes, God is wonderful. Let's see who else we've got here. We've got Charosino, Char Aloha. I was just talking about you a little earlier. So thank you so much for joining us. Aloha. We were talking about the journey to purpose and how it's an expression of self throughout the entire journey. So thank you for joining us here. We've got Marty here. Hey, Char says, I'm abundance, so we're all set. We've got Brianna. We've got everybody going here. So let's see what we've got going on here. I'm so glad everyone's joining us here on this Easter Sunday. Helena, show them our piano. We got our piano there. We're going to be doing our healing work. We're going to eradicate this disease, Sarah, spiritual way, because we've got the piano there, and in Lickety Split, we'll turn it around and get you that healing energy. But I want to give some messages, and we're also going to give you some messages from the piano, because I like to do that. So let's see. You got the piano there, Helena?
Yeah, I did a little dance for everybody with my shoulders.
Oh, yeah. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Oh, wrong.
Backwards hand.
That's
dolphin
wrong
wave.
show. That's later tonight's show. Okay.
For some people, sure.
For some people, for sure, yes. So, all right. Well, we are having some fun here. You got to have some fun. Tough times going on, and you know what? We applaud all of you, and because we understand it's hit close to home. If you've lost someone during this pandemic, our hearts are going out to you. We truly understand what that's like. You know, but God has a higher purpose for all of us, and you know, you've got to step up. And there's a song from Sister Act, and it always stays with me, and it goes like this: if you wanna be someone, if you wanna go somewhere, you better stand up and pay attention. So you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to what's going on around you. You got to stand up for yourself, and you got to choose your path, and you got to stick to it. And again, you can stay on your path and stick to it. You don't have to break any laws. You don't have to disavow certain things. You can be true to yourself, doing what you need to do, and move yourself forward, and be true to yourself, and love yourself. This is an exercise in self-love and connecting with God. So, Helena, we got questions going on.
We got a lot of questions
We got a lot of questions here. Thank you, everyone, joining us. I do hope you shared the page. Let me know you shared the page, please.
We got a lot of new friends here, too.
Yeah, and ACCA says, I can't hear anything. I don't know why you can't hear anything.
Gotta refresh the page.
Yeah, refresh the page, hit refresh. We didn't go anywhere. But it's interesting, the past 3 weeks, like we've had all these little sound challenges, whether I'm on the radio show or here. Think someone's trying to shut up Sarah Spiritual? Hashtag you can't do it. No siree. Nope. What do we got going on, Helena? Let's bring it on. I got questions. I got answers. Spirits here in the building. We are bringing people through.
Yes,
for
ma'am.
you. What do we got?
We're going to start with Kaylin in Massachusetts, waiting to hear from a couple searches for a new job, shortlisted for one of these already, both which will be more keeping with his truth.
Perfect.
Will one of these come through, or will I be staying put in my current job?
Great question. Okay, so here we go. Staying put at your current job is short-lived. I do see new job coming for you. You're closing out a chapter in your life. There's no coincidence for you, Kaylin, why you are making this change. This is a time for you to make a big change for yourself, for you to be a little bit more in the front line, getting recognition, getting some new tasks. I see a lot of creativity around you. I've got a lot of powerful energy with you. You've got your own unique rhythm and beat to you. And the angels are supporting you. And Kaylin, what's really important is you've learned a lot in these past 8.5 years. And this 9th year in your life, as I take you from 2011 to 2020, this 2020 time, actually the end of 2019 into 2020 was your wake-up call. You had to decide who you were, who you wanted to be, the reason why you came, who was important to you, what was the life you wanted to lead. You had some really big, important decisions to make. They were mounting for you at the end of 2018, but by the end of 2019, you were face front with your decisions of what you wanted your life to be like. And it was this betterment of life, this embracing creativity, yet desire to be recognized for your talent, desire to get applauded for who you are. And I don't just mean like a public recognition, like on stage, like, yay, we love you. I mean, you've got so many facets to who you are and what you bring to the table. And you have systematically over these past 9 years been taking out this little piece of you and that little piece of you and getting rewarded for that, and then getting a job based on this merit and that merit. And now you're kind of looking to put the whole thing in one big fruit bowl of life, get a little fruity, have a good time, and hit this new opportunity, which is going to open up a great opportunity of change for you. And 2021, phew, can't believe I got to talk about that already, but for some of us we say amen. 2021 is a new beginning for you because you have set your foot upon a new path and a new journey for yourself, for the relationship time, for the career. So yes, I do feel that one of these opportunities is meant to fall and come in front of you. And one of them feels like it could involve some type of move. That's just how it feels to me. Keep us posted on this question. I'd love to hear more from you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Welcome to our show. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Angie. Angie says, my family's going through a crisis and we're broken. How will we make this? And it looks like she's saying...
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, Angie. So first of all, you finding your inner power and inner strength is really important. I feel like the family feels broken and scattered. I feel like this crisis has divided people. I don't feel unity, and it's hard for your family to function without the unity. And I feel like you're kind of trying to be the peacekeeper. You're trying to be the voice of reason. You're trying to keep everything going. And really for you, well, you know, you're supposed to just be enjoying life at this point. And I feel like you're suddenly playing adult. I feel like you're trying to monitor all the people and personality. Your family is going to pass through this. I will say the past 3 months have been difficult, and the next 3 months will be difficult as well. And then there'll be some normalcy to this experience. I just feel like a lot of dissension amongst the family, divide, communications off. So you hold the vision, but don't let it rob you of your joy, and hold the vision of light and love and people getting along and feeling love for each other during such a, what seems to be they give me tears, so it's like a sorrowful, hurtful time at this time. Thank you so much, Angie, for joining us on this Facebook feed. Give us some feedback in the feed. Thank you so much. God bless you. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Julietta Beam. It's her birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Julietta.
And she says, how will my family ordeal turn out?
Wow, we got a lot of like April birthdays going on here. So truly, family ordeal. Oh goodness. I don't know. There's someone's talking to me about a sister. I don't know if there's a sister involved in this, Julietta. Something about a sister. Somebody's not really. I don't know. There's a sister energy connected to all of this. Your family ordeal is. I just feel like one person is just not going to be connected to the family. I don't know. I just feel like someone's on the outs in this. We're not all on the same page, Julietta. I feel like when I look at your energy, you are, again, it's like, you know, it's kind of like the other person I just connected with, Angie. You know, you're kind of like a voice of reason, and you're trying to hold the light for the family. Financially, things are going to balance back out for you and your family, and I move that into the month of June. So just hang tight for the next 4 weeks for you, how your family ordeal turn out. Again, I see a divide from one family member. Something just doesn't come back to where it was. So keep us posted on that. Thank you for following me, Julietta Beam. I know that you're on our feed often, so thank you so much for being so loyal to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah and our Sunday Funday. Who else do we have here?
I have a really good question from Grace Conwright. She says, I've always felt things really deeply. How can I tell when I'm picking up on someone else's energy?
Great question. Love that question, Grace. And yes, you know, one of the talents that you have is being truly sensitive, being very aware, being emotional. You're very empathic, you're very sensitive. You're also very intuitive. And the way that you know if you're picking up on someone else's energy is to ask yourself a question. Ask your physical self the question out loud. Is this my truth? And just stand still in your body and ask, is this my truth? And kind of see if your body kind of moves to like a yes or a no. You know, and sometimes yes is front and back, and no is kind of, you kind of sway to the side. Because ask yourself and your angels and your guides to say, is this my experience? Is this part of me? Am I interpreting something for me, or is this not part of my reality? Is this part of my reality? Is this me? And if it is not of me, then I disconnect from it here and now. And you feel things so deeply, but feeling them requires you to become the impersonal observer. And I'm going to give you a book to read. There's a book, it is available as an online book. And I learned it from my dear friend Wayne Dyer. And Wayne Dyer recommended this book. It's called The Impersonal Self. So The Impersonal Self is a book that talks about how to be the impersonal observer. And by being the impersonal observer, things don't hook into you. You just recognize them. Even if they are part of you and they are your experience, they don't govern your thoughts and emotions. You just observe them and process them, and you handle them from a higher perspective rather than an active, triggered emotional experience. But use your body to kind of tell you if this is part of your experience or you're just absorbing it. And if you're absorbing someone else's thoughts and energies, say, I disconnect from this, it is no longer part of my experience, and I choose to release this now. And that will help you greatly. Thank you, Grace, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have? Who do you have?
I am going to Peggy.
Peggy. Welcome, Peggy.
Peggy is asking, will I continue to work at the company I currently work for?
Peggy, Peggy, Peggy. Let me see here. You know, this is a year for you to expand your career and to build yourself almost like a new position, a new path. And I feel like you've got history where you are, and that history for you, Peggy, is important. But I feel like there's a different role that you can take on. So I don't necessarily see you leaving the company. I see a different role for you. And if your company does not have a role that meets your criteria of what you'd like next as your second last chapter of your life as far as career, then keep your eyes open for something else externally, Peggy. But I feel like a slightly different task or role is emerging for you, and that will kind of give a new fresh take to the work. And also I feel like there's some recalibration, revamping going on in the company that you work for, and so they are delegating work differently and kind of recalibrating, recalculating people. So I feel like there is a continuation for you, it's just with a slightly different role. Keep me posted on this, Peggy. Look for something that keeps you fresh and excited in your job too, because I feel like you've got a strong purpose that you're trying to put your foot upon that path, and that's something that really unfolds for you. It's a very career-based year, but next year you go into this big soul dive as to what is the meaning, the purpose of life, and what is it that you desire to create in your life, and that's what's going to change things for you. So thank you, Peggy, for this wonderful question. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Who else do we have?
I have a question from Ariana. She's in Pittsburgh, and she said the other night, calling on her guardian angel, a butterfly came to mind. Is her guardian angel watching over her as a butterfly?
No, your guardian angel is not, Ariana, watching over you as a butterfly per se, but that has now become a symbol for you, a sign that your guardian angel's around. So when you see a butterfly, it's almost like your guardian angel giving you evidence, I'm here, I'm with you, particularly noticing the thoughts, the conversations, the questions you're asking. So I don't know if anyone else does this, I do this, I walk around and go, oh, you know, God, I was thinking about this, and you know, I don't know what I'm going to do about this, or I want to handle this, or what's my next step in this, and I have these conversations. It's almost like I'm asking myself and I'm asking God. And then I always notice what happens after I have these little deep self-conversations, like they're like this big life journey in my head and in my spirit. And then I pay attention to things that happen after that, because I realize that experiences that happen after I have a conversation with God are often mirroring back the answers to my questions, self-reflecting something I need to notice about myself, and symbols and signs that are concrete evidence that I was heard and acknowledged. And you know, sometimes for me it's I'm driving and I see a license plate number that means something to me, and I'm like, okay, you all are with me, you heard me, thank you so much. You know, so I may not get an answer like, here's the answer to your question, but I get evidence that I've got counsel in the spiritual realm that are hearing me, and that is what your butterfly is going to serve for you, Ariana, and that's a great question. Your spirit guide is going to use the butterfly as a symbol for you so that you can know that your questions and your answers are being heard and acknowledged, and that they're presenting you a butterfly so that you know you're not alone. Look for other symbols now that your guardian angel is using that. And I'm going to give you a real good suggestion, Ariana. We're going to drop it in the link in the feed. In our feed, we're going to have the link to my guardian angel class. I think we've got a graphic. Thank you, Helena. Guardian angel is someone who watches over you, right? So we're going to teach you how to make that connection. And so, Ariana, this will be a great class for you. The class is only $7. It is this Tuesday night at 7:30. It is online. If you're not available to watch it live during the class by registering, even if you miss the live class, you will receive the link the very next day after the class is uploaded. We will send you the link, and you can be a part of it after the fact. I do hope you, Ariana, and whoever's interested in learning how to build a strong relationship with your guardian angel, join us. It reminds me of that song, "There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone to watch over me." Yep, we need our guardian angel to watch over us. Yes, indeed. Okay, who else do we have here?
I love when these questions guide us into our classes.
I do. Well, you know, I think that Spirit knows what we need right now, because they've been, tell you what, if my spirit guides could have me teach every night, I don't know how my students who are online feel, but if they could have me teach every night, they would have me teaching every night. We'd be doing a little class, because I feel like there's so much information that's bubbling up, and Spirit's like, talk to them about this. This is a perfect time for people to embrace this. This will help them navigate the changes that are going to come. You know, if people are going to be on a lockdown for a while, help them understand what their thoughts and feelings are. Help them know they're not alone. Help them connect to God and know their inner truth and inner knowing. So we've taught those classes. We had our inner wisdom class that we had last week. What did we have the other day?
The other day was the prayer and decree class.
Oh, prayer and decree, how to pray. That was a powerful class.
Yeah.
And so that should be up on our website, available for sale if it's not up yet. Just my saying this should trigger reaction from the media staff, and they should get cracking on it if it's not up on there for sale. And our client, I was like, crack the whip, Sarah Spiritual, let's go. So everything we do record, and if you purchase the class live, it's $7, and you can watch it the next day if you're not available, or watch it live and then have the class for yourself to watch again and again and again, jam-packed full of information. And then most of my classes, we upload the audio, and then you can download the audio, and those classes are $9 for an audio download. So everything that I've ever taught, just about that we feel has been valuable and was a quality recording. You know, we do our best to do a good job here. Technology doesn't always happen the way we want, but we do our best job to deliver good, clean quality and concise, direct information that's powerful and is going to resonate with you. Who else do we have?
I have Wayne from the West Indies.
Hey Wayne, how you doing in the West
I
Indies?
think this is our first friend from the West Indies.
Well, Wayne, welcome to Sarah Spiritual Land.
He says he's going through fighting to find a job. How's Wayne going to get through that?
Well, Wayne, you know what? The good thing about you is you're very versatile. You can do just about anything you set your mind to. You know how to think out of the box. And you're a free spirit. And as a free spirit, I don't really think you like being told what to do. So I do hope eventually in your dreamer state, you can find a vision that will kind of help you create your own business, your own happening thing. You got to get into your mojo. And in the journey of being in this mojo of having your own work, something will really percolate for you that'll build a nice little business, a little hustle for yourself. But Wayne, I do feel it's been a tough time, and I feel like there's been a little, I'm going to say discrimination against you. I feel like you're kind of being like cast out and not really given a fair shot by some of the people you've put yourself in front of. So I'm going to give you a suggestion. I'm going to ask that you pray from the book of Psalms, Psalm 32, Wayne, Psalm 34, and Psalm 65. Pray those Psalms before you go for your next interviews so that you can attain a job. I do feel there is work coming for you. I feel like best you're going to serve yourself, Wayne, by doing something that you create for yourself, but sometimes I understand we need money to start something. So I do see work coming, and I'm going to put you at the middle of, I want to say the middle of June. I wanted to say May, but I can't. I have to say June, and I know you want me to say like tomorrow, but by the middle of June, I feel like you've got some kind of work going that has some kind of consistent basis for you, Wayne. Welcome to our show, Wayne. Thank you. Be sure to like the page, follow the page, stay in touch with me. Let me know how that's doing. And remember to pray Psalms 32, 34, and 65 before going for an interview. It'll be really good for you. Who else do we have?
There we go. Lourdes Fernandez. Will I find true love soon? And sounds like she's going to be in the Guardian Angel class with us. Great, great. You're going to... Yes, I hope you join our class, Lourdes. I think you'll find that really... So you want to talk to Archangel Shamuel. Archangel Shamuel is a love angel. You want to ask God to work with Archangel Shamuel so that you can find love. This is a very social, important year. I know social and social distancing. How's that working out for you, Lourdes? But that's okay. This too shall pass. But Lourdes, I just want you to know that this is a year of connections and love, and it really gets activated for you as of February of 2020. So you've got about 9 months of this high-powered energy to connect and network. I do advise that you find creative ways to network with people. You know, I don't know, I assume we're going to have Zoom margarita parties soon. I don't know, because how else are we going to go out and meet people and eat and talk and share things? So I think soon life is going to be about, you know, just hanging out online. But Lourdes, use technology to your advantage, because there is love coming, true love coming. I also recommend, Lourdes, a Sarah Spiritual product, actually a Sarah Spiritual collection called the Twin Love Collection, the Twin Flame Collection. This Twin Flame Collection helps you bring that highest vibrational partner for yourself. We're going to pop in the feed the link to the Twin Flame Collection. We're going to give them all a chance on my technology end to catch up with my talking. But we're going to invite you to take that, because that kind of helps you manifest. Be sure to have your specificity and the creativity of what you desire in a partner. Work directly with God and Archangel Shamuel, asking God to bring you an equal vibrational match that you can be of love and honor and light to each other. I do feel this is a year of meeting someone, Lourdes, so we can't keep you socially distanced for long, because, girl, you got some love to do. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here? Be sure to pop that Twin Flame Collection in the feed. Everybody's going to want to have that hot on hand here. And you might not be able to come pick it up in my center just yet, but we have Spiritual Curve pickup for those of you who are interested when we are there. You got to check and make sure we're there during that time, but we do ship anything and everything that we've got in the store.
except for me, because I don't want to put myself in a box. That would be a little uncomfortable. Who else do we have?
I have Jenny Pierce asking, what's going on with my love life? It feels like it's all over the place.
You know, Jenny Pierce, you're going through a major transformation. And I got to tell you that we're closing out some doors, closing out some chapters, and recalibrating yourself. So it's no wonder that your major transformations are making you question the relationship and thoughts and feelings. And I feel like there's a little power struggle, emotional tug of war going on here. And I don't know, Jenny, if there's like this sense of a past energy or a remembering of a past energy. So I feel like there's a little confusion as to what really makes you happy, Jenny. So understanding that deep sense of self-love and what makes Jenny happy is going to be to your best advantage, Miss Jenny. So Jenny Pierce, I encourage you to write down what is important for you in a relationship and to hone in on your emotions. I feel as if you've been a little, I'm going to use the word down on yourself and questioning yourself and questioning other people's, I'm going to use the word motives or their transparency. So work on loving self, and I promise you, if there's something you are uncertain about, I feel like it's an emotion that's unsettled within you that needs healing. Take a look at that before we let ourselves get triggered by something that may or may not be true in the actual reality. Jenny Pierce, I do hope you connect with me for a personal session. I feel like we could really go far with this conversation. I'd love to make that connection with you. Visit me at sarahspiritual.com/sessions if that is of interest to you. We're going to take our next question here, Helena, and let's see, who do we have?
I got Maureen Pucci asking, am I on the right path?
Maureen Pucci, you are, my spirit guide say, you're more than on the right path. You know exactly where you want to be. You're just not quite sure how to get there yet. So you're kind of putting one foot in front of the other. But if there's ever a great heart, you've got a great heart, truly, truly grounded. When I look at this energy, I see the energy of expansion for you, your consciousness, your soul, your giving, your heart, and your ability to move yourself forward. I do see a shift in career and abundance coming for you in the latter half of this 2020. Be open and receptive to that. And I do feel like your heart is big enough to serve all of mankind. So I know that you're seeking to find the right experience helping people. Angels are with you, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, very predominantly with you, Michael being the angel of protection, Archangel Raphael, the healing angel. So you are very well protected. Open up your heart. If I were you, I'd write a letter to God. Dear God, I am in gratitude for all that I am and all that I have, especially for ... You fill in the ... Maureen, and see how far that letter to God takes you. Thank you, Maureen, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here?
Next, I have Lori Heaton asking, will I marry one day and find love in the future?
Will you marry? Lori Heaton, you know, I feel like you have a bit of a wall up. So it's been a little hard for you to let people in. But there is love that kind of pierces through you and lets you break down your walls. And as the walls come tumbling down, I see that there's an opening in your heart, and I do feel that love comes for you. When I look at the energy of where you are now, I feel like the next 2 years are very heartfelt opening love energies. This year is really connecting to yourself and connecting to others in a very open, sincere, clear way. Self-expression is very important for you in 2020. Through this self-expression and self-love and self-healing, partnerships emerge. And I say partnerships because I feel as if there are admirers, and it's just getting the right connection that makes you feel like you can be your true, authentic self and not have to have a wall or question someone's motives. And as you journey through this, when I take you into the 2022, I like the way that sounds, 222, 2222, I feel like in 2022, that's when we are in love with the partner and we kind of know we're moving in, or we're engaged, or we're married. We're in that space, like this is the committed person for me. So self-love will be really important for you on this time. Thank you so much, Lori Heaton, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have, Helena?
Next, I want to go to Renee Krotz.
Yes, my dear friend Renee Krotz, how are you holding up in New Jersey?
Yeah, she's wondering what will happen with her job and career this year.
Whew. Well, your job should have you on some type of work from home or furlough type experience right now. But there's a lot of transformation coming for you. But I'm going to give you some advice, Renee Krotz, because Spirit is saying, Renee, do you remember when you said, I don't like my job, I'm not too happy with my job, I don't really know, blah, 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 and all the transitions that you went through work that were not rewarding. And remember what you always said to yourself, and I know that you've actually said to me, I feel like I was here for something more, Sarah. I feel like I'm here for more than my job. I feel like I'm here because I want to help people. I want to be of service. I feel like the angels are talking to me. I feel like I'm a conduit for angels. I feel like I'm supposed to be a messenger for angels. I feel like I am meant to make a difference. Well, this gives you some of that space to perfect those talents, Renee, and not be afraid and don't run from who you are, and be of service to help others, because this is a time for you to grow closer and closer with your angels and find a way to articulate your connection with your angels. And yes, everyone, you can be of assistance to others and, find a way to support yourself and step out of the traditional ways of life. Your job will still be there. I feel it's going through a shift and a change, a reorg. And I feel like this is like it just reorged last year, it seems like, and now they're going to have to reorg again. So your job will still be there, job role, job times may change for a bit, but I feel like this is a reason for you not to be in fear or waiting for another shoe to drop, but this is a time for you, through your self-healing that you've been going through, for you to embrace the path of service for yourself and others. Thank you, Renee Krotz, for joining me here on Facebook. Do hope to connect with you personally. Keep me posted, honey. Thank you so much. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Lori Lee in upstate New York. She feels like a family member has been trying to reach out from her from the other side. She had a strange occurrence last night and was wondering if you could perhaps maybe tell her which family member.
So Lori Lee, first of all, this year is bringing its share of challenges, not just because of what we are going through as a collective group in this experience of the virus, but I feel like you were going through your own changes, Lori Lee. So when I look at this energy they place before me, very interesting. Actually, two people stepped forward to me. I place a woman in the female energy of mother, grandmother, but then as I was pulling into this female energy, almost felt more like grandmother than mother. A man stepped in and he almost felt like father energy to me. So he makes me, I feel the presence of a grandmother energy around you, mother's side of the family. But as I was saying that and all set to kind of bring her forth for you, there's a man who steps forward who makes me feel as if father energy. So I feel as if your father's letting you know that he's with you. And for some reason, I feel as if, I don't know, I would love some kickback from you in the scroll here, but I'm going to look for that from you because I have someone talking to me about an anniversary or something of importance in this very first couple of months of the year that kind of take me into the month of March. But then someone's talking to me about a birthday or an anniversary and the number 7, which makes me feel like they're either born or they passed in the month of July. Can you identify that person for me, please? Can I have a connection from you, Lori Lee? I kind of need that. Lori Lee says yes. So does that mean your grandmother passed here, Lori Lee, please? And I need confirmation that it's your dad that I have here because I'm working with this person giving me this beginning part of my father is on the other side. Okay, so thank you. So thank you for the confirmation, Lori Lee. So father is the man who kind of preempted grandmother energy, like, oh no, I'm here. I'm the one who's trying to get in touch with her. I got chills on the right side of the body. I just need to know from you, Lori Lee, the 7 and then the month of March. So there's a birthday anniversary, passing in March, and something with the 7. So I just need that energy from you, Lori, please. Please Tell me what the number 7 has to do. Father also makes me aware that there's someone else standing next to him who's also male. My father died 7/17. Thank you very much. So I have confirmation from Lori, and I have confirmation for you, my darling, that he is with you, and that is who's trying to get to. And he wants you to know, because I feel like these past few months, particularly the past month, you've been talking to them on the other side, and you're asking that question. You're asking that question of them. Are you with me? Do you hear me? What's going on? So this is what's happening for you, Lori Lee. So I want you to know that they hear you. I'm also being made aware of, Dot tells me he's with someone else who's male, stands next to him, so it's like a brother energy. So I don't know if it's his brother, your brother, but it's brother energy. And from the way he stands, he seems like if he's a brother, he's almost a younger brother. So I don't know where to place him in that, but there's a brother standing there as well. And then what does the letter P have to do with the family, Lori Lee? I don't know, but he's giving me the letter P. So I want you to give me back some information on that as well. Thank you so much for that. I'll just wait for we'll wait for her feedback on that for me, Helena, please.
Absolutely. It takes a second for our feed to get out.
Yeah. So Laura Lee, thank you so much for working with me like this. Yes, so she says thank you. She's been talking to her dad a lot. So I do want you to know that he wants you. I want you, for you to know, because he wants you to know that I know that he knows that you've been talking to him. So we've got that here. Letter P, where do I want to place that in your family, please? And what is the brother energy? If I can get some feedback from you so I can go on, I'll go on to another question in just a minute. Lori Lee, if that resonates with you. If not, I'm going to leave it with you, because just because we don't think of it right away doesn't mean that it's not in association with what we're talking about. My cousin Ronnie just passed. Okay, so that would be like a brother energy, because it seems younger than your father. So, so that's an energy right there. Leanne says amazing and really wanting to cry. So yes, so thank you so much, Leanna, for that comment. Yeah, so I feel that energy there. So, and then also give me the letter P. And I actually want to say Peter, Paul and Mary. No, Peter, Paul. I don't know what the letter P is, but they had the big letter P in the energy over there. So thank you so much. Leanna says her grandparents are on the other side. Thank you, Leanna, for sharing that with us. We do know that many of our loved ones are trying to connect with us. I'm going to tell you all that the energy's been really dense, trying to get from here where we are and raising my consciousness to make the connection to the loved ones on the other side, because it's almost like all the smog energy of fear and lack and worry and control. Okay, great. Okay, Lori Lee says, thank you. P could be my Aunt Patty, was like a mother. So I thank you for that too. So there's another confirmation for us. Lori Lee, thank you so much. So Aunt Patty is there, because it was the way Aunt Patty gave me hers is she's just P. This chick is like, let me just write a P in the sky. Sarah Spiritual's going to tell her a P, and everyone's going to know it's me. So if that's the kind of girl Aunt Patty was, let me tell you, she's just one big P in the sky. So Aunt Patty is with you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for that, and I'm really glad. Lynn Wheatman is saying the veil is thin. Actually, no, the veil is not very thin right now. It's really smoggy, passing through the Earth's atmosphere or energy so that I can make the connection. I actually feel like I have to push extra hard. I feel like I'm pushing up. If you've ever dove down in the water as deep as you can go, I'm not a diver by any means, and you go down deep, and then when you want to push back up, for the first push, it actually, you can almost feel the weight of the water, and then once you break through like a little flow of the water, you can bounce straight up. It's almost like something's trying to bob and hold me down as I'm trying to push myself up. Let's see here. I was FaceTiming my sister, and a voice was coming through and responding to my question. Okay, well, that's kind of interesting there, Lori Lee. Lori Lee, if you enjoyed this experience, please drop me a line in Sarah Spiritual. Go to our review page and please, share this experience for yourself and others. So I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. I don't know, Lori Lee, if you've been on our Facebook feed or I've talked to you before, so thank you. And thank you for sharing your family on the other side with me. I know that they're with you. And gee, I like your Aunt Patty. I hope she hangs with me for a while, because maybe she'll stay for a glass of wine later. Thank you, Lori Lee. Who else do we have here? I
have Blue Gomez from Phoenix.
Blue Gomez.
Who is a healthcare worker. Thank you, Blue.
Yes.
And separated from a 6-year relationship with partner Ryan, ended over February 27th, and says, we still have not talked since, and sometimes wonders if we can ever be friends in the future, or if it's best I don't even try.
You know, your partner Ryan tends to hold a grudge and doesn't let things go, and the word I hear is miffed and hurt. So there's some hurt feelings around this. He's kind of like a little wounded, I don't know, a little wounded poodle in the quarter. I don't know. Don't mean to compare your partner to a poodle, but that's what they told me, so I don't know. But anyhow, the way I see this, Blue Gomez, is that this relationship seems to have been a little up and down, a bit of a roller coaster for you, and I feel like part of you was kind of walking on broken glass. You couldn't really be yourself through parts of this relationship. So as much as you care and didn't want to let it go, there's a freeing energy with this. So let this go. If it's meant to cycle back around for some additional resolution, but I don't see the value of the two of you being friends and moving forward. Just saying, I feel as if you clear the energy and have a clean slate, you have a better chance of creating a better dynamic partnership than the one you had. And I understand it was a 6-year relationship, so it's, you know, like we were married, we're getting divorced, it's got all those feelings and emotions. You need time to heal, but to try to hang on to threads or aspects of the relationship, the parts that we thought worked, is just going to end up being dysfunctional in the end. So Spirit is saying, just let it go. If he's being non-responsive, he's made his little poodle bed, let him stay there, and you create your own energy of love, because I see another partner coming for you, especially when I look at this energy here. Ay, let me see. Next year is a really high-powered romantic year, so I don't really think you want to be dragging your partner poodle from February 27th with you to 2021, because there's other opportunities coming for you. So heal from this, learn from this, and if he circles back around, of course, we can be cordial, but there's no advantage in sustaining a friendship at this time. I think it'll be detrimental for you. Thank you so much. Yes, who else do we have?
I want to go
We've got some good questions going on here, everyone. Thank you so much.
Yeah. We got Raina Bella asking, Sarah, where on the earth is the love of my life?
Where is love? Does it fall from skies above? Will I ever know the sweet hello that's meant for only me? That's from Oliver. Please, sir, we want some more. Yeah, I gotta tell you, Raina, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. You just gotta chill, chick. This is part of this 18-month, oh, she don't want to hear this, Spirit, but okay. There, you're on an 18-month journey of transformation and transition to put you in the right place at the right time for the right love, for a new attitude. So this is a year of exploration. And, well, I don't know how far you're going to explore, except from the living room to the bathroom to the bedroom, back to the kitchen in this little house confinement that we all got going on. But I got to tell you, Raina Bella, this is an important time for you to create new love ideas and concepts, because as we close out an 18-month cycle, which we are in right now, so I'm going to put you in the middle of 2021, love comes. So you might kiss a frog on the way, but love is be here within 18 months. So thank you so much, Raina Bella, for that question. The love of your life. And I think if you've waited all this time, what's another 18 months for the love of your life? And let me tell you, as fast as we're all wishing these few months of 2020 go by, it's going to go by real quick. We all might weigh 400 pounds if we all keep eating, but that's all right. What else we got? Right? It's like, it's crazy, crazy.
I'm keeping on the love train. I got Rebecca. Is Kareem a good match for me?
Kareem. Really? Rebecca, really? Kareem is going through a lot of changes this year, so be careful not to get yourself in a special ed project. That's all I'm saying. Make sure that as he's navigating these changes, you don't get sucked up into taking care of him when he's trying to figure himself out. And then when he got himself all figured out, he's going to be like Rebecca who. So I don't know that Kareem is quite ready for a long-term relationship, and he's got some things to handle. If he's still in the picture in October of 2020, then we may give him some consideration. But right now, thou shalt not invest a lot of time, really, with Kareem. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for your Facebook question. I'm like, really, girl? Really? What? Okay. I don't even want to go there. What else we got?
I've got Lena McCall.
Lena.
Asking, what do you see for me with making changes with a career choice, send or finding homes for some of her kitties? She would like a career choice that allows her to express herself into being her most authentic self.
Okay, so what do you see for me in making changes with a career choice, send or finding homes for some of my kitties? Do you want to make a career of placing kitties? Do you want to be like the kitty hope chest and find homes for kitties? I don't know. If you love making sure that animals are cared for, and that brings you joy, then if it is of service to you, mankind, and Animal Planet, then of course you can do that. And you can transition very nicely. You have this very powerful respect for Mother Nature. And this year is a great year of expansion. And last year gave you some good looks at yourself, some hard lessons. 2019 gave you an opportunity to look at yourself and really decide who it is you want to be, what you've come to do, and what your mission and purpose is. So I say to you this, be open to new possibilities, to make some changes, and it is going to open up to you in 2022 a whole new career. So put your foot upon the path of trying different things so that you can discover your true authentic self and the best financial, stable way to express it in the world, knowing that it's not just supported by mankind and that you have solid ground with man, because we know solid ground with man can always crumble. We all thought we were solid, and look where we all are now. But the solid ground that God provides, when you follow your soul and your authenticity, it will never falter, it will never fail. You will always be strongly supported. So thank you so much, Lena, McCall, for your Facebook question. Thank you. Who else do we have here?
Next, oh my goodness, we got quite a few questions left still. I want to go to Marty. Marty's asking, Sarah, does my handicapped son who lives in a group home understand why he can't come home on the weekends for visits?
You know, Marty, he doesn't understand cognitively, but within his soul, and it's his soul that's keeping him calm and resolved. And I feel like when he is distracted by other activities, it's not active in his conscious mind. So he understands on a soul level, not totally on an intellectual level. But I know the heart of the question is, does my son think that I don't want to see him and that's why he's not coming? Like, is he drawing these conclusions that he's not loved, or I've abandoned him, or I'm not being a good mother, or I've just put him there to just not have contact with us? You know, you're kind of thinking for him, and he's not having those thoughts. When it poses a question for him in his analytical mind, he just is uncertain because he doesn't have a rational explanation and does not understand what the disease is. So for him, he gets distracted and then he goes back. But his higher soul knows it's best for him, and that's his inner compass guiding him to stay calm during this time. So it's important that you take yourself out of the... Who else do we have?
I feel like that was such an important question. While I'm grabbing the next one, there's a lot of people who maybe don't fully understand what's going on right now. Absolutely. Next I have Isabella Fox asking, does Spirit see me creating and more focused on my sculpting? I'm very passionate about my art and love the creative process.
Yes, I think
I think we lost sound for a second during that.
Yeah, but we're there, right?
Oh, wait, we're there, yeah. Oh, I think I saw something weird. My bad.
Okay, so
think-
there, but I feel like it's a great opportunity for you, Isabella, to you all stay right with us. Don't go away because we're going to turn the camera tools all around. You give us about 60 seconds. We're going to use our theater training. We're going to give you some healing that's going to knock your socks off, and we've got some music coming for you. So I really hope you don't go anywhere on this Easter Sunday. Thank you for celebrating with us in this Holy Week. If you didn't catch the opening, when we're done with the show, go back and hear that opening. Spirit had a lot of powerful messages for all of you. Yes.
Your mic died, I believe, so
Okay.
picking up as best as we can.
All right. All right. So tell everyone we'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back, you guys. We're going to switch gears to the piano.
Okay.
I'm perfectly aligned with my destiny.
And we're back here live, and we are at the piano. And we thought we'd take advantage of all the props that we have here at my house. So we are going to give you some healing messages and some energy to close out this Holy Week and this day of great healing, and to bring everyone the joy that they need on this time. And we're going to continue giving you messages. And the way we like to give you messages here is we like to kind of create some music for all of you. And as we create music for all of you, we ask that you give us a word. You give us a sentence or something that you'd like us to structure some music. So while you're putting those comments in the queue, I'm going to tune into spirit, and we're going to open up to some healing energy. And we're going to open up to see what messages we have to heal you. So let's see. On this high holy week, we say Amen. And we celebrate the miracles that we have known as a human race. We celebrate us all coming out from this experience whole and healed. And we ask that the pain and the sorrow and the suffering be ceased at this time. And we praise God and we say Amen. So how we doing in the queue, Helena? We got words for us? What do we have?
We've got a few words.
What do we have?
I like this one from Felicia Richardson. Sounds of the heavens calling us home.
Ooh. All right, as long as they don't like have a direct line and calling me home forever, Felicia, I'll go with you on that one. Okay. I hear heaven calling, the angels whisper to me. I hear heaven calling, the sounds are all around me, the beauty that surrounds me. Heaven, heaven, calling me and my soul. I hear heaven calling me, asking me to open up my heart to love. I hear you, heaven, you're calling. Thank you, Felicia Richardson, for that phrase and word. So what else do we have here in our way of healing and transformation for everyone?
Healing hands.
Healing hands. Let's see what we got going for the healing hands. I gotta feel warm and fuzzy with this one. I place my trust in you to heal me, dear God. I place my hand in yours, dear God. Hold my hand. Lay your hands upon me and heal me. Lay your hands and awaken me to the healing that only you can give through your healing hands, your healing hands. Heal me and open me to your love with your healing hands. Thank you for that one. I love that one. We're continuing to heal here on our Sunday Funday. What else do we have here?
The power of intention.
Power of intention. Who's given us that one, Helena?
Kimberly Griffiths.
Kimberly Griffiths. Let's give you some power of intention. Set my mind on my dreams. I set my intention on what I'm wanting to create.
set my dreams with the power of my soul. I set my intentions with the power that's inside of me. Oh, I've got the power of creation now, the power of intention now, and all my dreams are coming true because of the power of my intention. There we go. Who else do we have? What phrase, what word, what do we have to heal us today?
We have whole love from Penelope Shatford.
Whole love as opposed to half a love or half a shmia on a bagel, that kind of love?
Whole love. We don't want a half a shmia. We need the full shmia.
We want a whole shmia?
Whole shmia.
We don't want a half a shmia, we want a whole shmia. We
Now,
don't want a half a bagel. We don't
Don't
want some
short me
lox.
on the shmia because I'm paying for it.
Yeah, we're not going to schlep you around here. We're going to give you what you want. Okay, whole love. That's going to take a minute here. Hold on. We're going to go all the way. Oh, moving, going. Oh, I don't know. Here we go, and I know the power of love. Here I go, I know I need all my love. I want a love that's whole. I have played the games before with others in my life. I have played the games before, and I don't know where I have been, but all I know is I want true love right here in my life. I want true love to shine wholly and completely. Wholly I will lose myself in love. True love in love. Oh, love. Whole love. What else we got?
Oh, I'm like vibrating.
You're vibrating?
Vibrating.
She's vibrating. When she starts spinning around the room,
Vibrating.
Sarah, spiritual out, we're done.
Ugh.
Okay, what do we got? Don't start flying around the room, Helena.
Yeah, not right now. I've got Farah
Farah.
saying, heal the world.
Okay. And we've got Sydney singing, my puppy. Thank you, Sydney, for singing with us. Watch it, dude. Go. The cries of a dog saying, heal the world. All right, let's heal the world, everybody. if I could heal the world would behave differently. But I know there are so many people who don't want to let go of the hurt. I know there's a lot of pain in the world, but we've got to pull together now so we can heal the world and make a different way. We can heal the world and love differently. I know there will come a time when the lost will find their way. I know there's a place for everyone to feel the love so we can all heal the world and raise them up higher than they've ever been. We can heal the world and make the world a better place for you and me. Let's heal the world. Well, thank you for that one. I think Spirit liked that one. What do you think?
I think so. My goosebumps say yes.
My goosebumps say yes. My toes tingle and say yes. Let's have a little more healing for everyone.
Y'all right there with your mic?
What do we got?
Comfort on angels' wings.
Comfort on angels' wings. Hoo, 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 hoo. I sit on an angel's wings, pondering my life. I sit on an angel's wings, wondering where I go. When I feel afraid, I rest my head upon my pillow and say, angels come and comfort me. I wish I could be with you. Angels come and comfort me. I wish I could be with you, oh my angels. In this world that's filled with fear. I hope you are close and near, 'cause when I know this world is crazy, I hope you are with me now. When I lay my head upon my pillow, I trust the angels are comforting me. I sit with the angels. There we go. Who else has something for us?
Peace of mind.
What else we got? Give me something.
Prayers for all the lost children.
What else we got?
Light.
We've got enough songs on light.
Grace.
Grace. We're going to do grace. Let's see what we got going on here. Grace, 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 grace. I sit in the grace of God. I sit in the light of God. I hold my space in my heart for God, and I pray, I pray. May the grace of God shower on me. May the grace of God illuminate me. May the grace of God open up my world and say to me, you're in God's grace today. There we go. What else we got?
We also got, let's see here, Angel's Wings.
Angel's Wings. Let's see what we got here. I want to fly higher than the sky. I want to be floating on the angel's wings today. I want to be. I want to know the angels. I want to fly. I want to know they're with me every day. So let me fly I can be, all I want to be, when I fly in with the angels, and the angels fly with me. What are we going to close out this musical healing with? What do we got here?
I don't have any more words. Actually, wait, here we go. Touch my heart.
You can touch it.
Touching hearts.
Touch your heart, touch your soul. Thank you, everyone who's joined us here. We're going to close with this piece. I hope you join us at our Guardian Angel class. This Tuesday night, visit us at sarahspiritual.com, classes and events. If you want to have a personal session with me, you can visit me at sarahspiritual.com/sessions. Follow me on Facebook. If I've been of service to you, drop a comment in the feed, pop me a like, follow the page, catch me on Instagram. We really want to connect during these difficult times. It's a high holy day. And we're going to hope that we can touch your heart, as the song goes. So let's see what we've got to close for all of you. And let's go. My heart is open now. Do you hear me? My mind is open now. Can you talk to me? I want to be the best I can be. Are you with me now? My heart is open now. Can you touch it and feel the love? My heart is open now. Can you be with me no matter where we are in this vast world of people all over the globe? In this vast world of people, we're half but we're whole. In this vast world of people now, feel me, touch my heart, hear me, share the love, open heart and open soul in this vast world. Open your heart and love. In this vast world that we live in this vast world where life begins, we are all together now. We are all together now. One hand, one soul, one heart, one piece of the whole. So reach right in and touch the heart of all mankind. So all we feel is love. Together we are. So touch touch my heart. Touch a heart, everyone. Although we're apart, we're together. We are together strong. Please align with your truth. Know who you are. Trust your inner knowing. Ask God for assistance. There is one true God. Trust in God, and everything's going to be okay. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday Funday. Good night. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. God bless you. I am Sarah Spiritual. See you soon. I